I think that a lot of the recruiters that I've worked with in the past, as a manager, have tried to flood me with candidates, flood me with resumes, just to get anybody that they could in front of my face, so that hopefully it would be a numbers game and that I'd be able to pick somebody and luck of the draw would work. And that doesn't always work. In fact, the opposite effect can happen, where I just get tired of hearing from the recruiter and I stop returning calls and I stop emailing back. With Workbridge, I think I got called 3 or 4 times. I came in a couple times to interview people in bulk, where I would get to spend a half an hour with 3 or 4 candidates right in a row. And we actually had an interest in one of them. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hire that candidate, but I believe within 2 weeks we had some really valuable people to choose from. I think I've never done the bulk interview practice before. This was the first recruiting agency that ever approached me to come in and interview candidates in their conference room, one right after another. So I was able to block out some time for recruiting and hiring the people that I needed. I was able to speak with a lot of people in person, and I think that in-person interviews still are very valuable because it's very important to get an idea of the person's energy, their vibe, are they outgoing, what have you. Over the phone you can miss a lot. And so to be able to come in for 2 hours and see 4 candidates that have already been pre-screened was pretty valuable. I have never personally gone to a job board and gotten candidates, but I can say that compared to other recruiters, I would say that the overall quality was generally higher than a couple of the other agencies that we used. There's an agency based in New York. We must have done 20 or 25 phone screens, and only 1 or 2 cut the mustard. With Rachel, we were able to find somebody within just a couple of days of those bulk interviews, and actually been wanting to extend an offer to one of those candidates who ended up taking another job. But it was pretty remarkable how much more quickly we were able to come to a candidate we actually wanted to extend an offer to. I felt that the recruiters here contacted me when needed. It wasn't in their plan to waste my time. It wasn't in their plan to do the sales relationship. The recruiters here knew what their job was, and they contacted me when they had something that would be beneficial for me, as opposed to something that they felt would be beneficial for them. I heard from the company when there were candidates to interview. I heard from them when there was feedback to be given. And again, to reiterate the first point, there weren't dozens and dozens of candidates. It was never a numbers game here with Rachel.